I'm gonna start here. Let's start with stats. Eagles have the better offense. I think last time around, I don't know who had the better offense at that point. No, actually, the Eagles had the better offense last time. But again, Saquon, man, I don't need to look at any offense stats. Eagles on paper have the better offense. Let's see, defense, passing yards allowed. Eagles have the second best passing defense this year. That's interesting. Did not know that. Chiefs are very much middle of the pack. But again, when it comes down to these games, bro, playoff game, Super Bowl, a lot of these stats, unless it's like drastic, okay, it's like roughly 700 yards. It could be a result of a competition and QBs played, but it's always context to this stuff. But anyways, 24 receiving touchdowns allowed, passing touchdowns allowed. They both have 13 interceptions. Chiefs have allowed a higher passer rating, more big plays. They've had 52 20-plus yard plays allowed and 10 40-plus yard plays allowed. Eagles have 41 sacks to their 39. This is tough, man. This is very tough. Let's check offense, like, for the heck of it. Again, I'm assuming the Eagles are better in all categories. Passing yards, so passing offense. Eagles passing offense is not that good this year. Am I tripping? No. Wow. What the heck? They have the third worst passing offense this year. I know it has to do with they're relying so much on the run game, but I didn't know that bad. Where are the Chiefs? Chiefs by the middle of the pack. They're slightly above average. I had no clue about they have the least amount of pass attempts. So how many? I want to see what the average is. Yards per attempt. No, it's not that. What would it be? Yard per. Never mind. Let's go. Ain't that deep. Let's go rushing. Eagles clearly had the better run game. Chiefs. I can't even put too much on this because the Chiefs got a solid run game. They got Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's been running really well. No, they weren't a dominant run team this year, but it's like when it matters, especially in the second half of the season with Kareem Hunt, it's like when it matters, it's like they run the ball. They've been running the ball pretty well, so it's tough. No, they don't match up to Saquon, but they run the ball pretty well. If the Chargers can keep the Chiefs under 20 points in 2 games, the Eagles can definitely do that on Sunday, please. I believe they're capable. I believe they are capable of beating the Chiefs. It's just, will they? And it's like, I want to pick the Eagles because it's like just betting against Mahomes and the Chiefs, bro. Especially with the run that they're on this year, playoff wise. Well, I'm seeing all of this stuff relating to penalties. Like, I've never seen it this much before. So it's like, it's kind of wild. But again, though, when it comes down to just one game and a big game like this, I mean, Pat has shown 3 times and the Chiefs have shown 3 times. They've played great D lines. They played the Eagles D line where at the most sacks in the season had elite D line, and then in Super Bowl allowed 0 sacks or something like that. Like, it's like they're game planning when it matters most. They game plan so well. I put 1,000 on the Chiefs trying to win my money back from last year's Super Bowl. Bro. The Eagles can do it, bro. I think I seen the stat the Chiefs haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher all season. Against the Bengals. No, let's see how they did against Derrick Henry earlier in the season. Derrick Henry had 46 rushing yards. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. You know what? That was actually before they kind of figured things out with Derrick Henry. I think he wasn't really even playing in the I formation in this game. So I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. Completely gonna take that with a grain of salt. Let's see, J.K. Dobbins. He had a nice start to the season. 14 carries for 32 yards. That's tough. Falcons, let's go Bijan. Tyler Algier, 7 carries, 32 yards. Bijan 16 for 31, average 1.9 yards a carry. Oh, that's crazy. Jordan Mason 14 for 58. Wow. It's not looking hot right now for running backs. James Cook 9 for 20. Oh my gosh. See Chuba 10 for 58. Let's see how they did against Joe Mixon. Joe 57 yards. James Cook 85 yards. Okay. He did pretty well. James Cook, that's the best performance allowed. 85 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. I see Joe Mixon in this game. Joe Mixon had 88 yards. So in the regular season, they were shut down versus the run. And the playoffs, they allowed a little bit more. Nobody has popped off like crazy against them, but in the regular season, this was a elite, not even borderline. This is literally an elite run defense against number one running backs. I put it like this: if Joe Mixon can run for 88 and James Cook can run for 85, Saquon can run for 100. Will he? I don't know, but that seems very fair. Back-to-back games, they allow 80 something yards, 85 yards in back-to-back games. To say Saquon won't get 100, the only way Saquon won't get 100 is if the Eagles turn the ball over. Oh, let's check that actually. Interceptions for the Chiefs, only 11. Interceptions for the Eagles, only 6. So both of these teams don't really turn the ball over too much. Yeah. Only way I could see Saquon not getting 100 yards is if the Eagles turn the ball over. Chiefs defense looks mid outside of McDuffie, Chris Jones, and Justin Reed. They just don't got a lot of household names, but every starter on that defense is pretty solid, especially in the front seven. Their front seven is nice. They just not big names. And I think that's how they're able to keep doing this. They have good players who are not big names, so they don't got to pay them that much. They don't get bigger than the market. They don't get bigger than the team. They got some good players, play some good football, and they're not big brands. Karlaftis will make some keep. Yeah, Karlaftis, he a dog. Karlaftis, Mike Danna's nice. What's the other white dude they got? He a pass rusher. I can't think of his name. Gosh, he's nice. They got some dogs. Leo Chenal. That's what I'm thinking about. Leo Chenal is nice. Drew Tranquil is nice. Obviously Nick Bolton's nice. Again, like I said, these guys are just not big names. They did all these dudes went to Georgia and Alabama and Ohio State. It's guys who they just drafted good, you know what I mean? Again, and like I said, they don't have a brand connected to them, so they're in a good spot. Karloff just had one fluke game versus the Texans battle line. Nah, he's nice. If he didn't get no sacks, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe he affected the run game. I don't know. But okay, both teams don't turn the ball over that much. Saquon likely will have a good game against them. It's possible. The Chiefs have an elite run defense. They've been breaking down a little bit in the last two games. It's possible again Saquon can run on them. McDuffie hasn't been great this year. Like again, I'm seeing him getting caught on in one-on-one scenarios this year, a decent amount. But that's not to say he's not a good corner. It's just definitely not having his best year. He gonna have his hands full with AJ Brown. But it's like that's definitely, it's just same thing with the Bengals. It's like you got two number one receivers. You just gonna have to pick your poison. I do believe the Chiefs can play good enough coverage to minimize the receiving game's impact. I think they got some really good DBs over there. Okay, Jair Alexander in this game. And again, this is not assuming that he went off. This is not assuming that the number one corner shadowed, but I'm just examining here. We got AJ Terrell in this game. I'm just seeing how these receivers did. Devontae Smith had 76 yards. Okay. Seeing how they do against solid competition. Saints, Marshawn Lattimore was here early in the season. AJ Brown did pretty good against him. I remember watching those highlights. Maybe that wasn't this game. Okay. Maybe that was a different one I'm thinking of. Eagles, Bucks. I don't know who their corners are for Denzel Ward. Let's see. AJ had 100 yards. Eagles, Giants, Bengals. I don't know Bengals corners. Cowboys, I don't know any corners. Commanders, I don't think they got any elite corners. Ravens, Marlon Humphrey maybe. AJ has 66 yards. But you know what? Actually, let me go back to that. AJ has 66 yards. How many rushing yards? Saquon had 107. That is crazy. Yeah, they only had 118 passing yards and won the game. That is crazy. Playoffs. AJ had one catch for 10 yards, but I think Saquon went crazy. He had 119 yards. Jalen Watson will be tested for sure against Devontae Smith. The thing is, though, it's like, I don't know. They got a good defensive coordinator over there, Kansas City. So I don't know, man. I think they know how to play it. You know, like they played this team before. Again, the X factor here is Saquon Barkley, but the Chiefs have experience and they have a good run defense. But Saquon for sure is the X factor here. He's gonna be the most important player, I feel like, for the Eagles, and that's using him as a decoy, and that's using him as a actual impact player. He's gonna have to stay on the field the whole game, bro. Chiefs didn't go up against a Saquon type running back. No, they didn't. For sure, Saquon is Saquon, but they played a lot of good running backs this year. And they shut all of them down. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I just it's already hard to pick against them because, again, like I said, as far as the refs looking like they've been on their side this playoff run, but the experience of being in this would be Pat's 5th Super Bowl he's played in, and I feel like how well they play, or how well they adjust and have been coached in Super Bowls. I don't think the Eagles are incapable of beating them. It's very capable. They have AJ Brown, they got Devontae Smith, they got Saquon Barkley, they got that nice O-line. Jalen Hurts can come out and have a great game, but I'm leaning towards the Chiefs. But we'll see how it plays out. It's gonna be a great game. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.